Look at the tractors. Look at this. Wow.
There's my steam engine here.
This is sick. We see the Avery. I saw one of those the other day in someone's yard that was stopped. Or no, I didn't. I saw it in your pictures you had, Russell.
Yeah.
Look at the size of this. Now, this is the steam.
Steam engine.
Look at the size of this one.
You can get these things certified every so often where you can use them.
Look at this. Steel wheels.
Yeah.
And look at the...
Gear driven.
Yeah. Now, what did you burn in this?
Oh, they burn coal and, of course, when I fire up, now I don't have coal, so you Minneapolis.
This one?
Yeah. Shipped into Nera, and I pounded in the brush out west here, and I've been standing outside for some 40 years, and I had a lot of work on it. I had to use a hydraulic jack to get each piston loose.
And does so it runs now and so forth?
It runs now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Minneapolis Trashing Machine Company, Minneapolis Farm Motor. Would that be part of the Minneapolis Moline at all now?
Oh, yeah.
It is.
Yeah, that's Minneapolis.
Plenty of light here. This camera is a very light, low light. Oh, isn't this something? There's a large trashing machine.
Yeah.
About what age is that, Orville?
That's about a 1916, I suppose. We used that for thrashing in Hatton one year.
This was yours?
Yeah, no, I bought it.
You bought it from somebody else?
From over by Reynolds. That's one of the wood sides. Yeah.
Yeah, look at the wood sides on this.
Yeah.
And you see he sometimes, is this your motorcycle?
No, my son's.
One of your sons.
And grandson's stuff.
And the little John Deere. Now there's a plaything, see, compared to...
That's a toy compared to...
Toy, yeah, but he's got the thing on it. Now this is a...
Avery.
That's another Avery. Was an Avery a popular...
No, oil pull. This is an oil pull, yeah.
Oil pull? Was an Avery a popular tractor?
At one time. And Avery's and then Rumley's.
Uh-huh.
And there was a number of different types, wasn't there? Huh? There was Avery's and Rumley's, and there was other types too, weren't there? And a Waterloo Boy.
But there's the size of the wheels. You see, they run probably close to 7 feet. Oh, they're all of 7 feet.
Oh, they're over 7.
Over 7, and there's the... Well, that must... You had to have some pretty firm ground to be out in the field with this.
And another thing about this tractor, there's no gear shift in it, and it goes forward and backwards.
How do you work a thing like that?
It's all back like
Yes?
They're on a gear here. One goes one way, another goes the other way. So if which one you clutch, you get this thing to run either.
You throw your clutch on one or the other.
Yeah. Clutch one or clutch the other. Yeah.
Huge. Now there's the burner.
Yeah.
And the tall pipes. Look at the size of this. Now here's another oil pull tractor. These are, we're talking here.
There's the old welder I made back there. I made that from an old car engine and a motor for a charger at a light plant in Northwood. I made that old welder from junk. I did a lot of welding with that thing. Did a lot of welding with that thing.
You do all, you guess you have to be a jack of all trade when you're on a farm like this. You'll notice that the radiator is off to the side, not out the front. Yeah. Is that because of the dust, or that you get more?
Well, I think it would cool better in thrashing because you're always set so the wind is this way, and if the radiator is in front, you'd have to buck the air.
So these are all at least 70 years old.
Oh, that's one about 17 or 16, 17, 18.
Okay, so that's all of 70 plus.
I bought in 1918.
You bought it in 1918.
No, I didn't. My dad did.
Oh, okay, I meant, yes.
And there's the old walking plows up there.
Oh, yes.
Braking plows.
And little cultivator. Now, see, when we don't have the wheel in front of our plow points.
That's an old Taylor over there. That thing runs nice.
Another big, huge tractor. And that's an Altman Taylor. There's another wagon. That's a railway wagon? Railway agency.
Railroad wagon, yeah.
Yes.
Have you ever seen a single ox yoke?
Nope.
That's a single ox yoke.
I've never seen. I had a double, but no.
One oxen.
Oh, now this is a plow here,
Yeah, these are plows.
two bottom plow, the old steel wheels, and this is a Hart Par.
These are single bottom plows.
Yep. Now this is a
Hart
Hart Par. Never heard of that?
No, they were peppy tractors.
Charles City, Iowa. And there's a milk can. I know what that is. That's a small milk can. That don't hold 40 quarts. Looks more like a
That thing back there is the potato cutter for cutting seed potatoes.
right there.
Yeah, that one back there, yeah. That was the seat there. You put the step on it and then potatoes come
Slices
off.
your potatoes.
We used to have one of those.
I met a man yesterday who decided he'd cut some fingers on his corn chopper.
Oh, lucky.
And there's a large showcase. What? Orville, what are you doing with the big showcase? Are you into showcases too? Large glass showcase back here.
Remember, I don't know what that looks like.
Oh, you got another one over there. Now this is a large,
Back there's an organ.
yep. There's an auger, old radio. Just about everything. You see it here.
See here now, here is petrified wood. Piece of petrified wood.
Okay, let me get that in a second. Oh yes, Wally has one on his porch when you go in. Petrified wood there. What is the hopper?
That was during the WPA days. They used that for canning.
Yep, an old buck saw. It's an oldie.
And
And
when you got your beer keg,
I was going to say yes, a beer keg hole,
you'd put
bung
the
hole cutter.
in that thing, and then you'd put in your
Yep,
spigot.
that's what they call a bung hole cutter. You call them bung holes? I have a 5-footer in our living room that we use for a coffee table.
Oh, I see.
My wife does. She's the one. It's hard. It's about a 2-inch thick wood on top and bottom, and we don't have that much of a snout on the end. Now, this is the bottom here, right? That's the bottom.
Well, it was laying flat, you know, on the forge, and it stuck under the forge. Then it came up, and you pumped it with that thing to get air for you.
Yep. You see, there's the old radios, a floor model, and another. It looks like really a shortwave radio on top of it. A saddle.
I was going to make a snow sled out of it, but I never did.
You take off.
And
That's the first thing you make for
Wendell Östley and
That's to make electric?
I made electric. Yeah. No, it's something like it. It's the Delta plant is on the floor.
If you're into sickles, there's 5 of them right up there.
Here's the Delta plant.
6 of them. And there's there's the old pig scalding tub.
There's the old skull. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
An adjustable arm on it.
I'm going to take that. That one that was out there. He told me when somebody died, they threw him on the ground. In 2 days, he was petrified, so they just drive him down with a sledge.
That's only for hard-headed Norwegians.
I don't know.
That's all that would do that.
That was a German.
It was a German. Okay. We're looking out now toward the house at this homestead. And you said, Orville, this was your grandfather originally?
Yeah.
What was his name?
Andrew Bakken.
And then your father?
Nim Bakken, and then, and here now.
Is this a cottonwood tree here?
Yeah.
A lot of cottonwood because they grew fast, I was told.
They were all planted. They weren't natural from here. I don't know where they got them.
Uh-huh. Do you know when your grandfather came?
In 75.
75.
Yeah. He dug a hole in the riverbank there.
So?
And lived until he got his clubhouse up.
In the bank?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the then they just covered it down. Then
Uh-huh.
someplace to sleep.
Okay, now we're going to let this run for a second, and we're going to change to Orville Bakken's house. It's Bakken is the name. This is his wood stove. This is where Orville loves to spend some time on his shortwave radios.
There probably will be involved in the next couple of days, some kind of a funeral. People are, at an age starting to pop out. Every now and then. We had another funeral last week, but that's the way it goes.
He doesn't watch TV, he watches the radio.
My front teeth is what he's going to work on today.
Talking about his teeth.
On the front, and they're too light. So I complained to him that my dog didn't like it, which was true. It looks like a rabbit's teeth. They stick out because they're very light.
That's my
Teeth is going to scrape a little bit, put the
transmission
power on,
line.
and bring them down to the color of the other teeth, and that will be okay. So that's the agenda for
Some-
He
today.
doesn't use
We don't have
AT&T.
anything particularly in mind.
Some wooden bowls with, I guess you'd call that rose malling.
Yeah, that's Rosemont.
Oh, I've learned some things since I've been here.
Yeah.
And looks like your wife was into plates.
And this is the fellow in Hatton, a Hatton boy that made these.
Kyler?
Is that Kyler?
Kyler's
Yes,
work.
I've seen some of his work. Saw one yesterday at the museum.
And there's some in the restaurant there, Kyler's
Yes.
works.
Yes. And
And
his,
here's the old spinning wheel.
the old spinning wheel. That's a Norwegian type spinning wheel.
Yeah, and my mother's uncle made that in Norway. He had a factory.
I saw a picture the other night of one like this in one of the books I looked at.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, just like that.
And there's where I started out in that baby buggy.
Is that right?
That's my old baby buggy.
Wicker baby buggy.
My daughter didn't figure I should be here alone, so she fixed this up. But
Look at the wheels on here. Look at those little narrow wheels with the.
Iron wheels too, aren't
They got a rubber tire on, I guess.
yeah.
There's his partner right there.
Yeah.
Nice old dolls. Nice
Old
old dolls.
doll, I guess. And fellow there had it painted, and that's the place my grandfather was born
Oh yes?
in Norway. Yeah.
Well, isn't that nice? Yeah.
Here's the
This
desk.
desk that he says he picked up.
I picked it up in Grand Forks, a junk dealer.
A junk dealer.
Oh, I mean, second-hand store there.
Yes.
Years ago, there was a military man at the air base, and he'd had it loaned from England, and then he got rid of it.
It takes a lot of room. That's why a lot of people don't want it, maybe. But it's beautiful. There's an old satchel.
You've seen these collector coins, haven't you?
No?
Okay. Then you put your coin in there, see? Whoopsie. Now what happened? Oh, I got it.
What? Hey, what?
Oh, it wasn't.
Beautiful bookcase and writing desk. It's on this wall with the mirror. Beautiful. Looking into the room we came into with the stove.
What are the
Okay, now you're going to show me.
There's my piggy bank.
Okay, just
Okay.
okay. Stay back there, audible light. Good. That's good, right there. You put your money. It means you don't save.
guys must have a Mousetrap in there.
It's supposed to explode when you take money out, not put it in. There's some more rose mauling, I take it, right there.
That's my daughter's work.
Uh-huh. Old thrashing machine like the tractors we saw.
Yeah.
That's a steam tractor.
Yeah.
And there's the thrashing machine. And the straw being blown in a pile. And the long belt. And another load of straw with the, or I should say wheat, coming in to be. Yep. The old piano.
I bought them from a junk dealer once.
And the family
Two old men.
name here. What do you call this piece, Orville, that has your family name on?
What's that?
That on the wall, is there a name for that?
No,
Like-
that's Bakken. Oh yeah, that's what they call klokkestring,
Oh, I like
clock
that.
string.
The clock.
And then you have a bell in the bottom for it.
Uh-huh.
And then you can, that's for calling the maid.
Oh,
See, that's for calling the maid.
Uh-huh.
And so she'll come running then. One daughter and one son.
and he's an electronics man. And this is the family here of, this your son here with his family?
My daughter here,
That's your daughter and her family?
and that's my daughter's children.
3 children there. And this, just your wife back here?
Yeah.
Was that Mrs.
Yeah,
Buck,
she is
Mrs. Bucken? Yeah.
There's somebody riding on a horse.
More children, offspring.
Somebody riding.
Here's some shots of the area in the winter. Another man that likes to take snow scenes and brook.
Bobby should get this one.
I made that when I was about 7 years old.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I hope you have your name on it.
A relative gave that to me so you can have it here and watch it.
That's
Keep
a
track of
troll.
I don't know. It's made from stones and some
What
kind of
does-
rabbit skin. And
What does ingot Brett mean?
it's a name of a person,
Okay,
like Ole or Wallace or
okay.
Ingebrett.
It's a troll, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose he is.
Okay.
You know, take a piece of they used basswood trees,
Uh-huh.
and you soak it, and then you just split it, and then see,
Yeah.
simple.
Yeah, oh sure, simple. There's another simple one inside there.
No, but that's a double deal.
No? Nothing great about that, huh?
Nothing great about that. Well, let's go in here.
And here's the family again,
My my children.
your children years ago.
Yeah. And here's me here years ago.
Oh, that's, wow, handsome man, Orville. Wow. Are you sure you were a farmer with that tie on?
Yeah, I guess so.
In your books, you look like an attorney with books behind you. Library now, obviously. It looks like our village library. Look at this. Look at this. This man is a genealogist, book collector, glass cases. I'm going to have troubles in here. We're getting kind of close, but just give you an idea of his. Look at the books in here. Now, is this your father or grandfather?
That I'm trying to figure out who it is, but I think it's my grandfather's brother, but I'm not sure.
Bob, here's an old thrashing scene here.
Yeah, there's an old one up there too.
That's up on top, huh? Oh, yeah, you gotta find it here. Okay, yes, I got it now. There's the tractor again. Looks like the same tractor we saw out front. Very similar to the one we saw in the other picture.
It's one of the cylinders, huh?
Isn't that great? Look at
War song. A little Civil War song. 10:59 in the old campground.
We've been fighting today on the old campground.
Is this a high school picture or college?
That's my high school picture.
Is that HS? Is that what school is that?
Northwood.
Northwood. Okay.
I just got high school.
And we see all the bookcases, and he must have bought a library out to get these bookcases.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, yes. My uncle, he died out in California, and I got his library. That was at the start.
There's a little ship back in here, Bob.
Yep. Now, that's your grandfather up there, Bakken's name?
My great-grandmother.
That's your great-grandmother's name on there.
Yeah, she came here after in
From?
83 later.
And way over there here, you see a coffee mill, I think, a coffee and a stein. And another unit, I don't know what it is, with a handle on it, straight and back, way back in the middle, with the handle. Wait, no, straight back between the aisles.
Oh, over there?
Yes, what is that?
That's a plane for cutting grooves and an old,
Okay.
and making doors.
Uh-huh.
And this is the movement from an old clock in Norway. See that movement there?
Just a minute, here. Okay, yes, yep, movement from the clock.
Handmade, the whole thing was.
Uh-huh.
My relative gave me that in Norway, and forefather way back, and made
Yeah.
an old clock movement.
And if I can look back here at this desk.
Huh? I think it's my grandfather's brother in Iowa, but I'm not sure.
This is a desk that has two big long doors on the bottom. Oh, look at this.
Yeah.
Look at this. They both do that.
Yeah.
Look at that. You got a. Isn't that amazing? I have never seen a desk like that.
I haven't neither.
Never have seen.
The one you were talking about the other day, weren't you, Orville?
I don't know.
This.
You were, or you said you could
He mentioned something about swinging.
swing out the section.
Oh, yeah.
Have you any idea where a desk like that would have come from? Is it a?
I understand it came from England. My
Uh-huh.
uncle had it in California,
Isn't that amazing?
and his neighbor there had thrown it out for the scrap iron dealer, the junk dealer, to haul to the dump, and he picked it up, and then he put the new leather on the top here.
You know, Bob goes to the dump with trash, and he comes back in the morning with it.
Yeah. Now,
People throw out all kinds of good stuff, he says.
look at this picture, if that isn't a cute picture.
That's where when they start in Norway.
Yep.
That's the age they start there.
Room at the
Oh, I see.
Northwood Hospital.
Because I had an
Northwood.
operation over there. I had 2 operations over at Northwood.
That could be the same place.
You see, the lights didn't blind you.
Because I had my appendix out. Well, I had 2 appendicitis operations when I was 5 and 7.
Here's my oldest book, 1745. 1745. Yeah. My great-grandparents have that loan from Norway.
Now, that's Norwegian then?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
See if there's the ones. And he had never seen this set here of Old England. See? Old England.
Minute.
And that's in volume 1. Some of the pictures in here.
Mm-hmm.
Interiors and
What year is that?
this date is, let's see now, it's sort of
Antiquities.
1844 is the date of
Mm-hmm.
it.
And that's a 2-volume set.
Volume set, and he had never seen a set. The librarian at one of the big universities in New York was here. He'd never seen this set.
Mm-hmm. This is Orville right here. Look this way, Orville. This is the man that was. He still got a tie on. See, but he don't have that white shirt on he had in that other picture. Had a few more years along the way too. You're into Hatton pretty early in the morning.
Yeah, I left here about 6 this morning.
What time do you get up?
I translated an article for Mrs. Mrs. Thompson this morning.
Yeah, he translates Norwegian mostly?
Oh, that's the only thing. Yeah, I can't translate English to English.
Highly important. Got a letter from Russia, you know, in regards to the Isles and the airplane, you know.
Oh, yeah?
She needs that translated because it's in Russian.
Oh, sure. That's something else, yeah.
But she probably talks to the people in the Russian embassy in Washington.
Oh, my.
No, they would do it. Old Hulling books.
Just a minute, don't do that so quick here. You're going to have to let me see. For what books?
These books here, see?
Oh, yes.
These right through here.
Uh-huh.
That's it's an index for the whole works I made.
Mm-hmm.
One time. And let's see now.
And are in here.
That's the old flour mill.
That's the flour mill on the right, and that's Northwood.
And you know they sent flour from here all over. They even found flour from here in Norway.
They did.
And one thing about they had such good dye on their rags, you know, that I mean on their sacks, that you couldn't wash out the dye.
Hmm.
So there's a young lady uptown.
Mother and grandfather Bakken.
Bakken's wedding picture, yeah.
He's the one who came here in about 1875
He came here in 1875, yes.
and established this farm.
Yeah.
Now, the way they were married here or in...
No, they were married in Iowa, and she was born in Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
Because my first came here in 1852. And she had a brother that went in the Civil War and never came home.
When started school, there's
Well,
the alpha.
it's just the same kind of a book.
Mm-hmm.
Same book, and see the letters there.
Mm-hmm.
Cut. That's cat. you
Oh,
know.
Norwegian school.
Yeah, Norwegian.
Oh.
Norwegian school here. They had that every summer here, and during the summertime. And
Mhm.
see, cut, cat. You know,
Mm-hmm.
we spell it with a C when it should have been a K in the first place.
In cut, right there.
It's a cut, one cat, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the one we started reading out of.
Mm-hmm. And show me that cover. That psychedelic. There you go. Yep.
Reading book for children.
Mhm.
Barn.
And then you got some real other.
Oh, yeah, a lot of other old.
Start with the old McGuffey reader.
That's in English, McCuffey.
Yeah, I
reading.
See the old.
Oh, I went
books.
to Norwegian
In
school.
fact, you know, some of the modern day schools are going back to the McGuffey reader.
Yeah.
Those are autograph books, huh?
Autographed by their authors.
Yeah. You're going to have to write to Luther
This
Björke and
this
his wife
is
to
Norway's
sign the little
top
piece of paper.
TV man. Erik Brie is the top Norway's top TV man.
Mm-hmm.
And then he says here, he sent this book to me and he told me to look on page 144. So I look on page 144 and here I found it, Bakken's baggage. See? Orville Bakken.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Yeah, Orville Bakken there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here is my collection. I'm go on Abraham Lincoln.
Oh, you're on Lincoln too.
Here's my collection of Abraham Lincoln stuff.
Uh-huh. There's a 6-volume set. Lincoln. Reader's Digest, Carl Sandburg, Lincoln. Paul Revere.
Died?
Huh?
Carl Sandburg just died?
He did just die?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I thought you said he did.
No, I don't know he's here. I think he died before it, hasn't he? He's been dead?
He died not too long.
I think he's
Years
been
ago.
gone though.
I think he died a few years ago.
Uh-huh. John Adams. The year of decision, 1846.
Here's my 80-year birthday party on there. I got all that stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have
Now, you have recordings also, some of this stuff you're talking about? On cassette?
No, I don't know what it is. That stuff.
Uh-huh.
I haven't looked at this for so long. And here's the butter mold, an old butter mold.
Oh, yes, yes.
Put butter, they put
Yep.
butter in here, you know,
Yep.
and then they
Your mold,
step it
yep.
out, and then they had their butter mold.
Apparently that's a wheat pattern.
Yeah, that's a wheat. Sure.
Butter pats?
Huh?
They make
Yeah,
Push
that's a
now.
stone, yeah. You see, you've got this thing so they can
Yeah.
tie it to their handle and then use it.
You
And
see
when-
that little groove on the side? That's where they tied it with the leather tongs, and then you use it as a club.
club, when you were real sociable, they hit you in the head with it. See there? You can just paddle it, you know. And then the reverse roll whenever you can use the other side. See?
Yes, that's the, yes.
See there?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that's Norwegian recycling.
That's what said it. And then they had a little roll of wood under here. Instead of an iron, they used this thing then to roll out your clothes.
Is that, that was like an iron, like,
Yeah.
to smooth your clothes out.
Yeah, like ironing, but they had a little roll under here,
Uh-huh.
and
Very different.
yeah,
See the patterns on there? And there's a handle.
Yeah.
Never saw one. Okay.
ironing board.
How are they?
Civil War books right there.
Here is an historical picture taken down by the river here. When this girl's father came home, he found his wife dead, and she had that baby.
Huh.
She died in childbirth. See, the mother did.
Uh-huh.
So the grandma came and raised her. Came then and took over. This is the grandma, Birgit. This is Birgit. And there's Mikkel. Mikkel på bottom. Remember Mikkel down there where Selmerberg lives? He lives there. And then at night, the grandma would let her nurse her. Her mother, nurse her at night, you know, the pacifier.
Huh.
And she got milk. And she nursed the baby until it was 3 years old.
And without having a birth, she had milk.
Huh?
Without having a
Yeah.
baby, she had
and I
milk.
asked the doctor about it. Yes, he says, that's possible.
That's possible, huh?
That's been done before,
Mm-hmm.
that thing. And my mother was so surprised. When my mother was a little girl, she went to some doings down there. And of course she's talking Norwegian, but I'll translate. And she said, sit down, Grandma, so I can suck. And
Huh?
Grandma sat down so low that the girl stood and nursed her grandmother. And my mother was so dumbfounded, she never forgot it.
Huh.
Seeing that happen.
Yes.
And that Birgit, yeah, she left here. And Mikkel, no, I wonder if he was gone by the time you came around here. Mikkel, Sandra, he lives for Glenn Burgess now. And that's, yeah, that's unbelievable.
Very different. You know, pretty soft chair for a man working.
Yeah, it is. I guess so. Oh, there's my other cap too. No wonder.
You're the hat on the floor.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see that other hat right there. See? It's resting. Ask in Orville where these beautiful glass cabinets came from.
It came out of the drugstore in Northwood when they remodeled.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful set. And you see the sliding doors on the bottom. And that you're seeing only half. There's another whole half off to the right.
For Carl Ben Nielsen's airplane that they had in town here and sold for scrap iron. They had an airplane here.
Maybe, the Allisons were like.
And I picked that thing. I'll give it to them.
Give it to the museum, huh?
Museum. But I don't know what in the world they thought of selling that thing to Tommy Tollefson when he was in a scrap iron dealer. It's a box that they made from roots of trees in the olden days. See there?
Oh, look at the, oh yes. Oh yes. That's knurled. Huh, look at that.
Wood, yeah.
Look at the color on that. Yes, the arms and the
The
oh,
doctor, that was the doctor's chair at that.
Oh yes. Nice chair.
Hold on, I'm afraid.
Is where the Bakken home right
They
there.
see me sitting in the back seat of that car.
You are back there?
In the back seat.
With your mother?
With my mother.
Let's see, we can see him right there. And notice the roof, the difference in the roof. The two dormers meet with another section and there's a roof. Then the barn is down below here. Again, a Norwegian-style barn that we've noticed different. And I guess that's your chicken house. And your windmill. Radios, right on the way down to the stairs, to the basement. And there's an old satchel. Now, I've been in basements, but this basement is at least 10 feet high. Look at this.
You gotta make that round thing.
And I got a church pipe organ I was going to put in there, but I'll never get that done.
Well, did you finish it? Did you used to?
That little round thing going round to it. You know, you gotta make that first.
Round to it, yeah.
You must have used this basement as a family room or something?
No, I never got that far.
Well, you got the ceiling started.
Yeah. And there's some old organs here.
There's one.
We had,
There's another.
house, you know, and Bob chopped it up for firewood.
What?
Bob chopped it up for firewood.
Organ?
An organ, yeah. Little pumper.
That's so? He did that,
We had an old milk churn and chopped that up too for firewood. What's that keeping all that old stuff he built?
No. That's in a hot one.
No end to the man's talents.
There we can go waltzing.
Then he's got another one back there.
This is the one on the Goose River Church.
What's the thing on top of it? What's that instrument?
Oh, this is something.
You're going to have to move it over here away from the light. Okay, yes, what is that?
Dulcimer, isn't it?
I don't know what they call these. They used to play these. And you'd
Hit 'em with a
take
little-
the bow and it's a musical instrument.
Mm-hmm. Look at that.
But that's,
No names on that either?
I don't think
You
so.
don't think any names on it, huh?
That's an old, oh, wait a minute here. No, he just gives what the string is.
Uh-huh.
E and G and that, and you tune it up, and then you play that with a violin bow. Yeah, this thing here, I don't know where it came from.
Has down here, runs 3 barrels, one behind the other. It runs from here all the way back to that, where the case is, way back further than the case.
Yeah.
You can take a tree and cut it in 3 pieces and put it in
Yeah,
there.
and then you don't have to saw so much.
Here's some more radios.
There's a tree in there, isn't it?
Fence posts. And
There's some more old radios, floor model.
I got some more others. We look at some other old
Some more, and then that big adding machine on the top.
stuff. No, that's for sawing. That's like
It's a
coping
saw, I think, huh?
That's a coping saw.
There's another great big cabinet right there. Another lovely cabinet with glass doors.
Yeah.
And some more units here in the basement.
Oh, that's just no.
What's this?
Oh,
What's
this
this?
thing is a paper press. What? There? Goes down.
Yep, the wood is going down, the thing, yeah, see, you put your papers in between them and
Yeah, and the pressing. That's what I should have.
pressing a book or whatever.
Or anything. I should have that upstairs where I can use it.
You should have it where it can be seen. That's a nice old piece.
Yeah, but so I can use it.
There's a nice old piano stool with the ball feet, with the
Oh, yeah.
glass ball feet.
Yeah,
People looking for those all the time.
I suppose.
Just, you know, when you make your will, I will this building and all it contains, because there's so much variety in each building.
You see what he's done, instead of putting,
Well, I give you this and I give you that, you know.
instead of putting furring strips underneath and then putting it, what he's done is put the tiles, which he's cut, directly inside of the beams, the cross beams, and then put a piece of molding underneath.
That's a doorstop.
The door stop, and all he did was tip it up at an angle and bring it down, and it stays right there. Very clever. Very clever, Bakken. I taught him that many, many years ago, how to do that.
Yeah.
Adding little BS.
But look at the size, the height of this basement. There must be a floor, right?
I got the pipe organ console in here someplace.
You have a pipe organ.
Yeah, it's packed away up in the machine shed. I took it out of the church in Northwood.
There's another adding machine. Up the stairs from the basement. The old wheat fields. Window, over the window going down into the basement. There's probably about 18 stairs down into this basement at least. Probably 20 because it's so deep. This is the farm, Mr. Bakken's farm. You'll see this is the building we were in with all the big tractors right there, the machinery barn. And he has another building off to the left that we did not see. There's another machine outside. And then there's the house. Remember the original house picture before, and there's the rest of it. And there's the barns. And now we'll just try kick this up with more light. Yeah.
They could have been spread by the glacier water too.
That could be. Could be.
Reader's Digest. I got a set of these.
And
From-
then the open
And nobody
area
looks
probably
at 'em.
died out because of no rain.
You can't sell them. People want to. You can't. You got back here to. I got about. I go from about 1949 or 50s when they start. I think. There's 59. I think there's. Somebody gave me 494. They didn't want them. You can't get rid of them. People have them up for $1 or a quarter, and they can't sell them. And they're good stories.
Well, these are old radio
I see that. It's too bad that your shelves are starting to go that real heavy. That's heavy stuff, huh? Look at those. Do those still work?
Oh, I don't know.
Look at the radio communication, all the equipment back here too. The old earphone, the old earpieces,
Yeah.
the old typewriters. Old Victrola, looks like.
He's got a picture, Bob.
Huh?
Got a picture here.
My daughter painted
I
it.
wonder if I got that. I don't know if I'm on or off here. I better get this again. This is in Switzerland. The
Yeah.
daughter painted by her daughter, his daughter Winifred.
And she painted it.
Uh-huh.
All those headsets
Yes,
there,
yes.
and then you put them on here, and then you have a loudspeaker.
Oh, I see then. Okay. So you don't have to wear the headsets.
No, loudspeaker.
Have you ever used that?
No, but I've never seen one like it.
No, I've never. Any names on that at all?
Was it GW on it?
No, that's very unusual.
GW. Oh, let's see now. Detroit Amplifier Company, patent pending. These, look at these vases though.
I see that.
And, see?
Now that England or is that?
No, I bought them at the flea market down in Minnesota, and I didn't know what I got. The man that sold them to me didn't know what he had. And then I looked up the artist here.
Uh-huh.
Let's see now, where was she again? And she was a distinguished artist down in Europe someplace. Oh yeah, here we got it.
She did the painting.
Yeah, see there?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, here we've got it here. Can you read that part?
Huh. Go to eat. This is the chandelier in the
I
living.
think you'd enjoy the museum.
Li-
Chandelier in the wood house is upstairs. That's a better one.
This one?
One up here. That's the chandelier.
This is the chandelier from the old home. We're upstairs.
In the
Just
parlor, yeah.
to see the old chandelier. This was picture. Pretty lady. Pretty lady. You look like your dad too. The picture downstairs looks like your dad. And this is where I just said he's out of control. His radio. Look at the radio equipment. He's into radio.
Out of control.
Huh?
Yeah, gone totally out of control.
You're not insulted because I said that?
No,
Good.
Normal then.
It's kind of rounded with all the big nice rail up above. This has not been refinished. This is the old wood. The old house, wood walls. You notice the wood on the wall, not, it was not plaster. It was not sheetrock. It's wood. All double cupboards. They go up. There's two different sets of cupboards. The lower regular ones you use and up above for storage.
Oh yeah, I got the saw out and made them one day.
You did these?
Oh yeah.
Just a second here. What did you say this is, Orville?
Norwegian chainsaw.
Yeah, they got one over the made of wood.
A small picture of the plantation here. Old truck body. Another car that's no longer being used. And here is the house. And there's the barns down below, over the hill. And here's this, there is Orville Bakken's Lincoln town car that we're riding back to Hatton with. We're going for lunch. Oh, reversed it, yep. Huh. And how did you put your clothes in?
Put it inside here.
Oh, in the hole. Okay, there's the side.
A lady asked me, why does it reverse? You know, once. And I says, well, I said, when you wash diapers, you gotta wash both sides, I told her.
Orville.
Yeah, that's mine.
Right there.
Mangler.
We're in the museum in Northwood, North Dakota, through the courtesy of Orville, who has his own key here. Obviously, he's a life member here. This is his mangle that he either gave or loaned, I'm not sure which.
Oh, that's the one.
Yes,
We haven't given them anything.
Okay.
There's a bucket with
And here's another
with a ringer on it.
ringer.
Here's another interesting thing.
I know what that is.
Vacuum cleaner?
Yes, my son has one very, well, not quite the same, but like that, yep, a hand vacuum cleaner. Interesting. The old basket for clothes. This is a ringer over the tub. And, oh, he'll get this here. We got fire.
I suppose maybe the fire bucket.
Fire bucket. There's another fire. There's the whole nozzles, and we got a lantern, and a wood hook. Is that a log? A hook for logs?
Yeah, I guess so. Here it is.
That's unusual here.
Here's what they used to hook railroad cars to start with.
Mm-hmm.
And here's your pin here.
Yeah, and a little motor there, I guess.
No, this is
This?
jolt machine. You take this and put it in your car when you want to sell a bucket or something, and see how it.
It's a jolt machine?
Takes the bumps. See how it takes the bumps. If it bumps, well, then this thing moves. You know, if it doesn't, this thing doesn't move. It's taking all the bumps and runs nice and smooth.
There's a big lantern,
That's from a railroad train.
railroad, and then a wheel, and this here. You know what this is? A little buck
Yeah,
saw.
that's my grandfather made that thing.
This?
Is for grinding. This is when he ground his flour on.
Ingenuity.
He made that in his blacksmith shop, the whole thing, and
Yeah.
that's for grinding flour.
And there's a saw to use to cut boards.
Buck saw.
And a buck saw there, and that one is for boards.
Here's a grinding mill for cleaning grain.
Yes. Grain cleaning machine. It would shake and the chaff all go to the bottom. And there's another railway agency that's just like the one that, very similar to the one that Orville has at home. And all the trunks are on it. Cream buckets, milk cans. This an egg, that's a chicken container here
Yeah, that case, yeah.
for birds or chickens.
Here is a, let's see now, where's the other egg case? Oh.
There's a tire from an old car. right here. And all kinds of little instruments in the, there's skates on the bottom. Ice skates with the wooden frames. All types. There's a group of meeting, a large group of people. And some more. Look at the cars back in the
Tools are these, Orville? These are
teens, early 20s.
Huh?
these are for leather.
No, maybe something like.
Look at the cars.
Here's a bathtub here.
Hey, just a minute. Horseshoes?
There's your bathtub here, see?
Yes.
If you want to use it, you just take it.
Oh my.
And you heat the water here.
Oh, come on.
Sure.
Look at this.
And then when you're all through that,
And the whole thing rolls.
Yeah.
There's a mail bag, I guess, or bags for the back of a horse, and then
here's the one-horse lawnmower.
Here's the lawnmowers, Bob.
a lawnmower with a horse.
For a horse.
Never seen one.
No.
Never see a horse lawnmower. The only horses we have for lawnmower are the kind that
See
ate.
there? There he's sitting on it.
Just a minute. Hold that again here. Just a minute.
Oh, you can't see.
Oh, yes, I can. Oh, yes. There. Oh, yeah, he is. Mowing his lawn. A horse lawnmower. And there's a, what do you call that? That's not really a plow. Huh?
That's a cultivator.
That's a cultivator. And there's,
One-horse cultivator.
and this, a packer, a bean planter.
Seed planters.
And a
that's the
cultivator.
and the planter, yeah.
I'm familiar with that type, but not with the round wooden wheels.
There's the old oak stove.
Old stove, and look at all the different bits. The split bits and the solid bits and the training bits for the horses over the years. Look at those. Of this kind of a shoe, Orville, the big solid one with the, is that for they wouldn't go in the mud, or what? What's the idea
I don't
of?
know why that is.
I don't have
I've never
understood.
seen another one like it. So.
I never have a little stirrup.
And these here are for ice.
Okay, the cleats,
These
yes.
are for hooking into
Yeah.
ice.
Isn't that a piece of art? Look at that. And
That was in the store.
they don't pull out? They stop? Is there a chain or something holding them, or they don't fall out?
Here is Indian clubs. Those are all the different kinds.
Oh, yes, you showed me one. There's the stones that have been made for the Indian clubs. Let's look a little closer here. See where they've been grooved. Look at them all. There's a stone been hollowed out to make to grind. Three, there's a surrey. A surrey here. Another buggy open with the horse whip right there. Another surrey.
When you want to fill your lamp, you just
Oh,
put it down
come
there
on,
and run
come
your
on.
kerosene in your lamp, see?
Isn't that clever? And then it hooks. And there's another, now there's a big wide, you know what the big wide one is there for? Anything
Here?
special? Yes, that big, no, this one right here. It's got a 2-inch mouth on
I
it.
don't know, I suppose it's for gas maybe.
That's a
maybe
big-
they use it for gas.
There's a,
Here's the one you run your straps through to get them marked for, you know, straps, harness straps. You can put the different sizes.
there's a little leather vise.
Yeah.
Leather vise there.
And here's a bigger one for making, you know,
Bungholes.
for in the beer keg.
Yep. And there's a scale. Isn't that a nice looking little scale?
Yeah.
All kinds of scales on that one.
Here's the kind of axe they used when they trimmed their logs for the log cabin.
Yep, that's a broad axe.
Yeah, broad axe.
Yep, I'm familiar with that. The now these are tighteners up here or fence pullers. They don't have fences.
Yeah, they're fence tighteners. But here's something that you don't see much of. This is the chain for measuring land, you know?
For measuring land.
Yeah, originally measuring.
Is that what they
land.
call chain links? No.
Yeah, that's the
Chaining.
Like a,
Yep.
what did they call them again? But anyway, it was
Surveyor's chain.
surveyor's chain, yeah.
There's a hay knife
Oh, yeah, over there.
right there. And that's another wire stretcher.
Working back and forth and pull it away.
Yep. Shoe last. And here's some more broad axes and some tools here. And this is a potato planter? No, seed. But wouldn't the seed fall out?
No, that's a potato planter.
Potato planter? There's another measuring instrument, a wheel, an alligator wrench.
Yeah.
That's old, that's 1910 or so. Here's some more seeders. You plant your seed there one at a time. I would assume, now here's an old dry cell, real old tiger dry cell. There's a yoke and a shoulder yoke. Have you seen that ad that does that, Russell?
For shingling.
Oh, for nails.
You put the nails in there and they come out here and you just hit this
Oh,
with the hammer.
my.
And then you shingle.
Now this up here, those with that handle,
Let's see now.
that's, yeah, but squeeze something, because
Yeah.
it's a holder of some kind.
A grain shock, something about a grain,
Huh.
you hold it to taking your bundles.
And that's another vise right there?
Yeah,
vice?
yeah. That's the kind they use for sewing and stuff.
Yep, okay.
Stapling, it looks like a small hammer. They pound that and that,
There's a railroad mallet right there that you would hit to drive the spikes. As you go up, look at the pictures here. You could spend a week here. Look at the pictures. We're at the Northwood
Museum.
Museum in Northwood, North Dakota, courtesy of Orville, Bakken. That's the music box?
Yeah, you see you put your Christmas tree in here. So you put your Christmas tree and it keeps on turning it for Christmas. Plays music for the Christmas tree.
The Christmas tree holder.
Yeah.
And you can see it's turning. Then here's bell collections. There's no way you can look at all these bells, but look at them. Horse bells, harness bells. There's the strips of bells. Bells, bells, bells. Church bells. Pressback clocks. Another clock. These are organ chimes right here, hanging. And some old pictures. Just glance at a couple. Barns. Grand Forks County Schools. We're in the county of Grand Forks, not Grand Forks County. And some of the old schoolhouses. Visible fountain right here. Look at the ornate wood on there. Isn't that beautiful? 39 to 40, the old schools.
Yeah, I think that's the school right down in the corner here.
Down here?
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
He says he thinks that this school right down was right next to your house then.
That was south there then.
That's where Orville says he thinks he went to school, right there. And again, look at the items in this. There's just so much we're not going to be able to get anywhere near. But we're showing the old muffin trays down there and an old scale. Smoking instruments, pipes, long pipes, candle makers, meat grinders. I don't know what those are. Toaster. that's on the metal. Look at the metal.
Regina box.
Wait, what do you call it?
Regina music box.
Regina music box.
It's got the copper disc, you know.
Copper disc that has the little indentations and.
Gotta get that music on tape.
Huh?
Gotta get that music on tape.
And here is the,
Clocks.
here's the ore organ. Here.
Look at that. Amazing.
Yeah.
Now we're looking up there. It's a couple of different kind of yarn winders. There's one up at the top, and there's another one over here. A little wheel. Here. It's pulling teeth.
Yeah, you hook that around the tooth, you know, and you twist them right out. See?
It's okay if I could twist it, but I don't want you to twist it on me. Huh. Amazing. Curling irons. All kinds of curling irons. If you look from a distance here, we're in the Northwood,
Museum.
where are we here? Museum at 1255 on May the 7th. And you see there's some more wheels, spinning wheels, up to the top, and about 7 different kinds of lamps. There's churns, 4 or 5 different kinds of churns, and there's so much. You get a lot of people coming in, Orville?
Huh?
A lot of people come in?
I don't know.
Huh?
I don't know. I'm never here unless.
I can't believe that there wouldn't be a lot of people. Look at the guns here. Long bayonet on one.
See, here's a walking cane here.
Yes?
And then you can just take this.
Oh. You have to clean your teeth.
Clean teeth,
Yep.
clean somebody else.
Yeah. Now what is this? Oh, this is just, these are postcards or?
Yeah, that's the kind they had in the old days in the drugstore for selling postcards.
A wheel that would demonstrate the postcards that they had for sale. Now they turned horizontally. And this military, bayonets, various canes and sabers that he just showed us down in here. Now there's some beautiful...
This is for making teeth for a clock, that thing there. It cuts teeth for a clock, old clocks. Gear cutter.
There's is that a gas? I guess that's an oil lamp on the wall. Beautiful oil lamp, and here's some an old baby carriage. And here's a printing press. See a printing press. Some old Indian, we got the reflections here. Old Indian and other clothing. There's an old adding machine, contometer, etc. This is an old wicker, I should say, the chair, old wheelchair, and the guns. There's the cards again. And that turns like a Ferris wheel to see the various postcards. Orville's house, family trunk. This one's not in such good condition, but it's got carving all over it. Here's this baby carriage as the and then here is the inside of the carriage, and it folds down. Beautiful case with the nice pottery inside. Like Orville showed us in the house, that you'd have an iron roller that would go underneath, just parallel this way, and that's a wooden one on this one. There's the wooden roller that would kind of press out your clothing. And some more trunks. There's some great dishes in here.
Now this is something. See that seal now?
Yes.
That was a seal a Lord Mayor of London hung on his horses when he went through town. That thing there. You know, I don't feel right about having it. It's mine.
That's yours?
Yeah, my uncle got it in London when he was there, way back.
A lot of this stuff is yours in here?
Oh yeah. And you see, he could never figure out why they gave him that seal. And so I got it now. Lord Mayor of London.
Northwood, that isn't by any chance this building. No, it's not.
Huh?
That building is not this building. That building in that plate?
No.
That's a very distinctive building. Northwood, 1858?
No.
That's what it says on there, Northwood, Iowa. Northwood, Iowa. It's 125th
This
centennial.
town is named after Northwood, Iowa.
Yes.
See that stone there? Down there?
Yes.
That's when you went in the bucket. You heated that stone up in the oven real good, and then you put it under your feet under so you
Right.
wouldn't freeze
Okay, that's
when you went someplace.
there's some powder. That's the hell's your gunpowder.
Gunpowder, yeah. Oh,
And this here, I don't have any idea. That a little
yeah.
stove?
That's a little gas stove.
Little
But this
gas-
thing here now is a cigar form.
Yes. Okay, I've seen those.
And they raised cigars across here into Minnesota and made cigars. I mean tobacco. They raised tobacco and made cigars over here.
There's a very collectible film Kodak tank, and I don't know what this is over there. This red thing?
Oh, that's for lighting your cigar.
Light your cigar.
Yeah, you pull that thing out, and that would be a flame there, and you can light your cigar. They used to have that in the barber shops and stuff.
Okay. And there's another Kodak, I guess for
No, that's
still
for that thing there?
the tank, the
Oh, yeah.
chrome one.
I think so.
Orville, it's in North.
3 more churns.
Just make up
The very narrow one. There's some
I
wooden.
don't know. I've never seen it.
There's some wooden bowls,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
chopping bowls.
No, they
Underneath,
were, yeah.
there's a copper tea kettle. Unbelievable. Great things. There's a camera, I guess. That's an old-fashioned camera.
No, that's a projector.
A projector.
Side projector.
That was the old lantern slides.
Right in here.
Big slides, yeah.
They had the glass plates.
I don't know.
There's the
See these tongs down here?
all kinds of tongs.
Yeah, you know what they're for?
For fire or
No,
for
no, see
blacksmith?
what's there?
Huh?
No, they're for, you bought sugar in a long stretch and you clip off so you get sugar lumps for your coffee, see?
No, didn't know that.
That's for those.
That's a chopper for vegetables. There's the old twisting. Look at that beater.
And this is for making that fancy candy.
I was wondering, that's for the ribbon candy?
Yeah, and you make it fancy, that comes out.
That's a toaster here, maybe, the one in front? Is that a toaster?
No, maybe for making pancakes or something, waffles.
All right. Chopper. There's a pancake griddle. Huh. Candle maker. We've seen some of the old scale.
That's for stretching it when you nail it.
For upholstering. Now this here is just this is wheat.
This is the old crop of
Now, if we didn't get pictures of this, we're really going to be remiss because it was because of items just like this that built this whole area.
Yeah.
That's the wheat. That's what built this whole North Dakota. And is any of this other than wheat? Is any of this barley or?
Oh yeah, you got flax, and you got barley, you got oats, and this was the crop here in 1915.
1915.
This was the crop here in
76
1915 has been preserved.
76 years ago. And down below is another kind of a yarn winder.
Yeah, yarn winder, yeah.
And that's a shoe. This is for getting in a shoe store.
Oh yeah.
It's a seat for in a shoe store.
Yeah.
Put your foot up there, and they measured your.
Measure your shoe, put your shoe on and see if
Yep,
it's
that's
like
an oldie. That's a real oldie. And there's a chair. Rocking chair. Made from an old log. A cuckoo clock. What's that? Oh, I had that one behind your garage. Here's and mugs. And I've got one of these.
Oh yeah?
There's one of my, matter of fact, I think I got two of them. The old reversible razor sharpeners. Let me see what I can find out about this. A crisscross razor sharpener, Lewis R. Thompson, that's number 1426.
All the time.
These are mixing units down below of wood.
Wood,
The
yeah.
kitchen, you put it between your two hands and you just twirl it. That was,
Like this, and then mix your
and ladles, and paddles, and butter paddles, and scoops. Nice little bowl here that's all colored. Do you know what that is for? This multicolored unit?
No, they use them for, goodies, little goodies.
And all various boxes. Rose malling on some of them. The upstairs at the museum, a beautiful building, beautiful museum in Northwood, North Dakota. Beautiful. So many things here. The hanging lamps. Look at the hanging lamps that we missed. The ones that are not on. See, there's a hanging lamp. And all types of, there's 4 different kinds, and there's another, and there's another, one with a round globe, and there's another. What does this banner mean up here?
That was a men's choir. It was composed of singers from Hatton and Northwood in the olden days, and they had that banner.
June the 15th, 1914.
Is that when it was started?
That's what it, well, that's what it says here. Den, D-E-N, 15, D-J-U-N-I. That must be organized.
June, that's June, yeah.
O-R-G-A-N-I-S-E-R-E-T means organized, maybe? June 1st, 1914. Northwood, North Dakota. This is the front. With the picture on it. It's a choir. And has the music. Der Ander in Tindren Sommerswald. Northwood, North Dakota, and do not repeat what I just said. And you see that there? That's not a statue right there. No, that's Orville Bakken right there. Our benefactor who's showing us through this museum. He's got a world of knowledge in his head, and he's got a world of items at his disposal. Yep, there's the wooden shoes. There's some leather boots.
And there's a bunch of irons down there.
Yep, they're the old irons that's a little bit different. I've never seen that type. There's the old Chinese type iron. There's another iron. Look at the irons. All types, and here's...
Boots made when they made the same boot for both feet. At one time they said they made a shoe that you put on either hip.
knitting machines and parts. There's they have these new today, just like this. There's the thread of the shuttle, I guess you call it. And here's some light bulbs. An old typewriter. And I think I see something in here. I just found out the other day what it was. Right there. A twine minder, I believe. These are fountain pens. Old fountain pens.
Yeah, schoolhouse bells, these also we used to have in the old country schoolhouses, these bells here. Teacher would ring and then the recess would be over and then you'd come.
You had one of those on your desk.
Teacher had, yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I think so. I think I've got...
Looks like a pair of folding scissors. And Northwood badge.
The whole thing is designed with small...
I can see that.
Silver sticks.
Yep, I see
yeah,
it's
the whole thing.
It's all engraved, yes, and it's all, I mean, not engraved, but it's all...
I don't let that lean there.
I see that. Yep, there's all little marks on it.
I think this is made from something from a cow, this thing is.
From a what?
Cow. Some tendon of some kind.
That's hard to focus in, but there's another cane here, another one of his canes. And well, that's his cane collection. And he's probably got 15 to 20 in there. Different types. Old horsehair sofa. That's probably all stuffed with horsehair.
See this one here? Up in the covered wagon from Iowa.
So your family settled in Iowa first?
Well, they came there.
Yeah,
everybody up here
came from Norway to Iowa, then came north.
They had to work and get a little money so they could buy a wagon, and they had to buy a horse or a team or an ox and stuff. And so they stayed in Iowa while they worked.
That was his old musket. I guess you count, not a musket, but it's a flint, right? That a flint?
Yeah.
Yes?
That's the one he carried. I suppose that's where he got all his food to eat coming up.
Another trunk. Timmy, we saw at Orville's house. Then there's the bowl. There's the bowl, and it's probably got a name on it. See if we can find that name as to what it was called. I have one home, but mine is a dulcimer, I think. No, I have one. No, it's not a dulcimer. Mine is not a...
Dulcimer's a little bigger and it's hit with hammers.
Like it's called a ukulele. Must be a cross between a ukulele and a violin. Called a ukulele. And there's, and not a dulcimer. What's the other thing? A zither. That's what. I have a zither at home. Yeah, that looks like a zither right over there on the right. And there's an accordion, old accordion underneath. And
they have felt hammers they use with dulcimer.
An ornate guitar. And a couple banjos. All here in the Northwood, North Dakota Museum. A rope bed, I believe. And you would wrap the ropes around these spools that stuck out, these sticks, and you would be crossed side by side. It would be an old rope bed.
Yeah, that's a rope bed.
That's old. That's old, folks.
They weaved the rope back and forth. Baby and rocked me when I was a baby.
Grandfather
My
Bakken made that,
chair.
and that belongs to you also.
Got this one, Funk?
No.
I'm thinking of renaming this place the Bakken Museum. He's got an awful lot of things in here, and he's got as many at home. Look like you're too old. But now there's an old stool that is not part of the museum, but it's well worth seeing right there behind the counter.
That's an old stool for.
Oh yeah, those things.
That's for one of those bank tables. Remember?
Oh sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
For the bank double.
Yep. And you see, you put your feet around that ring on the bottom as you sit. If you're into buttons, Old Settlers 20th Reunion, 1894. Now, the Old Settlers 20th Reunion of 1894, that means it started in 1874. You're talking history. Honk, honk, Northwood. More buttons. Tapestries. Some, either a shawl or a couple teapots. Get down there.
It's an old one. Black and white, whatever.
Must be Orville's. He says he doesn't watch television much, so he gave it to him.
No.
I have one on that's round, about a 1950 something. I just got. There's a
Television's been around for what, 1920?
television 39, I think. Superior Coffee.
Here's the old Northwood at one.
Northwood right there before 1899 when the fire. Property there. More of Northwood. Northwood is bigger than Hatton, I take it? Pardon? Picture taken here in Northwood, and look at the old car in the garage. Get an idea when that was taken. Early 1900s. Like a little playhouse off to the side. Windmill.
Musical organizations. Here I am then. 1926.
But 1930 graduating class from Northwood, and right up in that corner, right there, Orville Bakken. We saw his picture in his house, in front of his law books. Even though he's not an important person, he's got a nice frame, and let's look at his face, hard-working. There he is. There's the dress. The house lamps here, all running on kerosene. Beautiful, tall chimneys. And some more nice fixtures. Clock. Celebrate Golden Jubilee. I don't know if that's part of that sign. June 14th and 15th, and there's a beautiful, different kind of a clock. Clock's in the middle. Look at all.
Zebra and Brothers Circus, they were lived, that was their place in town here. There's where they were started. And these people lived in town here. But then after a while they got so big they went all over the United States.
The circus, they started here.
But it was started here in town.
Sebring Circus and Carnival, Miami, Lower Miami Showgrounds. 6 days starting April 12th. This came out of, we were second floor. You see, so formerly the City Hall, built in 1910. These are old things here, and there's our Lincoln and our people that we're with. And we'll just give a fast look around the main corner here in Northwood and see the post office, the community center, other buildings. This must be a bank. There's our temperature, 139, 44 degrees, 6 degrees centigrade. Looking up Main Street. One of the old buildings. Main storage bins. Out here in this corner, and this is Thompson Mountain. Thompson's Rocky Mountain. I guess we'd call it the southwest corner of the property, looking at the Thompson homestead. There comes one of the Thompsons now. Okay, we're looking at this gentleman right here. This is David. Nice enough to come over here tonight to see us and take us out for a ride and look at the deer and show me some magazines, nice magazines. And he's a school teacher, history school teacher at Hatton High School. And from South Dakota. Baseball.
And I'm a young fellow.
And you're a young fella and a baseball collector of different things, memorabilia. This property out here, the bridge is closed, and I understand now this property is no longer being used. The house has been, no one's living in it. At one time he had as many as 300 or 400 clocks. Dave also collects clocks. Up at the top? The first building?
Yeah, the first building there, see?
Look at that building. It's gone.
There's another house over
And
there.
then the other one was over here. They moved to this one across the street, which was, they built that one, see? Down through the woods there.
Can't see it.
No, we'll move up here a little farther.
Okay. Look at the barn.
Isn't it tragic how it's going to pot?
And what name was this?
Stavens.
Stavens.
Orville Stavens.
Look at the house. So he built this house, he said, for $4,000. Right there next to the tree was the first house.
Yeah.
And then from there they moved across to that house up there, that little house up on the under the other trees. And then their son built this one right here, correct?
Right.
The garage was bigger than the house. Right there.
That old shed there was full of antique cars.
And it's been not abandoned, but just not living in it. See the doors, all the woodwork. This is the kitchen, the old sink. Look at the,
Wouldn't somebody from New York like to move in?
oh gosh, look at this. I guess so, huh?
Look at here, Bob.
Oh, look at the stairway. Look at this.
And up until 2 years ago, this was beautiful antique furniture, all refinished.
Yeah, if you just look here, look at the staircase going up into this house. That had been empty for a couple of years. Boards and the mop board.
You could still make a house out of this.
Oh, of course.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's just, it's basically just elbow grease. Passion.
There's here in this house, and this is the smaller one. This is the back stairway. It goes down very steep. Just talking about the size of that. They mostly for horses on either side, and from that ridge of white board all the way to the top is all one big haymow. For men and women's bathroom, outhouse. Very fancy outhouse. Well, we won't see the grain storage till we get up the hill.
Had him in high school. He was an all-state wrestler.
What's his name?
Jeff Bowe, B-O-E.
I think I saw his picture on the wall.
Yeah, you did. You did, yeah.
Athlete of the year.
Yeah, that's right. You got a good memory.
Well, I remember these things because I'm interested. Now, these are grain storage, and he owns, look at the grain storage here.
This is just a farmstead.
One farmstead.
He'd be real.
All owned by one person, one farm. Yes, I don't think I didn't have it recording. My battery's going out.
Yeah.
Finger Enger, here we talk about Enger. This stone is 36,000 pounds, 18 tons, and that's the lady on the top, and she is looking across the plains here to the farmstead, which is located right over there, those buildings, and she's watching over the farmstead and been dead for probably 65, 70 years. And this is the Stavens Borglum. Borglum, you said, is the people who did the president's heads where?
Mount Rushmore, Black Hills of South Dakota.
And this person here is related to them. The person who's here, this family rather, Borglums.
A number of the people that were buried out here were all huge farm owners and acquired huge amounts of land.
We just came from Bow. Jeff Bow, and he's got about 4,000 acres, and we saw his 10 or 11 grain, steel grain bins. I want to cut this off in case we see something else. I'm just about finished my battery. Hanson Stavens died in 1934, the one who built that beautiful home we just saw. The big barn and the cement block or stone bathroom out the house.
He was only married for 2 years.
Monument. This is the Fingal Enger home. This is his original log cabin that he lived in way back when he first came. And this is the large house now, and lived in by his granddaughter, and then her son lives in the next house in Bakken. This is a long driveway, about a 3/4 of a mile. Enger. Much. I don't know if we're even running here.
That's what the pioneer saw, Bob.
Yes, look at that. That's what the sun is, and Russell usually has it just a little bit higher with the clouds across it, but that's the most of the sun I've seen since I've been here. And what a gorgeous sight right there.
Sunset.
Just over the horizon. Let's just look at the horizon as our battery dies. And we'll give you the time, maybe, 8:38. Hope we get some of this.
It's light here till just about 10 o'clock.
Look at that sun. You'd swear it was 110 degrees today, the way that sun looks.
It'll take about 10 or 15 minutes for the sun to go down, Bob.
Taking this from in the car, as you can tell, as we move. But it's just about gone now, but we do want to get this, because this is so much that Russell has sent us, and beautiful. And he's taken such gorgeous pictures of this. Oh, we got the colors.
A lot of times the afterglow is more interesting than the sunset.
Is that the afterglow now?
No. No.
Well, we've got we're coming to one of those homestead trees in front of us. Just a minute, you can see it through the trees. Just about out of battery, we're out of film nearly. Please tune in this coming Sunday night, 5 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 1 in the morning, and again at 9, and you're going to be meeting Gary Finney, Jerry, his wife, the parents, Bill and Dorothy Finney, from the old John Deere, and the 2 grandchildren, Andy and Trevor. We're talking to them about the Finneys in general in the county, about all the sporting and all the other things they do in the area, and about these Finney sporting goods here at North Country Shopping Center. Tune in and learn all about the Finneys.
going on here?
Tools, giftware, toys, novelties, porcelain dolls, and more at Tools Unlimited on the Mason Road in Champlain. Head south at the blinking light. Are you tired of all that?
Welcome to What's Going On here. I'm Bob Venne, and we got an unusual one this morning. Lots of noise. We're in the bowling alley, Plattsburgh Lanes, up near the air base, and we're here to talk this morning to
Marguerite Adams.
And Marguerite Adams is with Big Brothers Big Sisters. Is that right?
Yes, I'm the executive director for Big Brothers Big Sisters.
Okay, now, is this a paid job then?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
definitely.
I don't know much about Big Brothers Big Sisters other than we know that you got a drive going on. I know
Right.
that you adopt, so to speak, quote-unquote children, so you can take them out places and things like that.
How it works is we're a group, youth service, early prevention, early intervention program that works with children from single-parent families.
St. Patrick's Day, so this is we're starting our 7th year of being here. We provide music, and this year we started something new. People are coming up and making requests, and we're charging $1, and all the money's going to Big Brothers. So far, we have 60 songs that have been played at $1 a piece, so it's extra money. And people have been picking their own music. It's been a lot of fun.
We just saw somebody come up here and ask for I Touch Myself.
Yep.
And I just did, all right? Now, we hear you on radio.
Right.
Right. Well, that's how everybody knows you out there. Tell them about your program. How long have you been at that?
Well, actually, 35 years. I started at WIRY, and now I've been program director and news director for Plattsburgh Broadcasting Corporation since 1980. And you're doing real good yourself.
Well, this is the face behind that voice. You see my face. I don't have much to say, but you can at least see my face. You watch our program on Hometown Cable?
Yes, I sure do. You're doing a good job. I wasn't exactly sure how long it had been on, but I was flipping through the channels one day, and I saw you interviewing people, and I just noticed you out in the lobby here talking with Marguerite.
Yes, we did.
And it's a nice service that you provide.
Well, Calvin got this idea back. We kind of did a farm up in our area, and then people kind of liked it, so we started. Now we're on every Sunday night up home on our station, and we've got about 50 or more programs we've had so far, and I enjoy it. I really do. Meeting nice people like yourself, and to have someone say they've seen it and they like it, it's always nice to hear. As you remember.
This is probably the biggest community event of the whole year for the whole North Country. There are people from one end of Clinton. Kids are great. It's a lot of fun, and it doesn't matter if you have a family or not.
So you would promote it for anybody
Absolutely.
out there? Thank
Best
you very
thing
much.
I've ever done.
Thank you.
Take care.
We just heard Ben Everest say happy birthday to somebody. We didn't know how to get the name, and we saw this lady blush. And go all down here. Tell us a little bit about this. Your name?
Patty Connors.
Patty Connors. All right, we guess I did hear Connors. And I won't ask you how old you are today unless you want to tell me.
I'm 17.
You're 17 today. Well, sweet 16, never been kissed, but now you're 17, it's legal. Right, it's legal now.
Yeah.
So where are you from?
Plattsburgh.
Okay, you go to school where?
In Peru High School.
You live in Plattsburgh and go to Peru?
Yeah.
Yeah. You make it sound like everybody does that. Were you from Peru? Connors, isn't there a principal up there that used to be Connors? Was supervising, no, that's Shazy. Sorry, Mr. Shazy, Connors is in Shazy. Okay, so who are you here with? Are you bowling? Is Mom bowling?
With my mom and the rest of my birthday gang.
Let me ask you, who do you think told that man to wish you a happy birthday?
These two clowns.
Who are those two clowns?
My two best friends.
Okay, what's their names?
Lynn Chip and Carrie Frederick.
Right. How's her birthday?
Me and Carrie did. Come on,
Carrie.
Yes, we did.
Tell me your name.
Carrie Frederick.
All right.
Lynn Tripp.
Okay, and she told us we know how old she is now. You surprised her, didn't you? Are they gonna play a special song for her?
They already did, I guess. They didn't have any birthday songs.
We could all sing happy birthday right now. Let's sing happy birthday to her. Hey, let's sing happy birthday right now. Go ahead. Okay, you go ahead.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Patty. Happy birthday to you.
You heard it here, an unrehearsed happy birthday for Patty Connors right here. 17 today. Thanks, folks. This lady right here is?
Julie Hogan.
Julie Venne Hogan, kissing cousin.
Hi.
Yes.
Hi, Cousin Bob.
Oh, hi there. This is the, aunt of Eric Venne bowler?
No,
I mean,
no.
the wrestler, right?
Eldrick,
yes.
yes.
Eldrick. Okay, what are you doing here?
I bowled.
For what team?
Twin State CCS.
Okay. You know, I'm surprised that you remember that you were Hogan. How long have you been married, Julie?
5 months.
5 months. To whom?
Michael P. Hogan.
Yeah, he's the wrestling coach at
Saranac
I
Central.
believe he is. And you teach where?
Northeastern Clinton with your lovely daughter, Sue Belrose.
Okay, talk to some of your students out there. Say hello or something.
Oh, hi Raymond P. Houston. Hi all my kids at school. I miss you all.
Okay.
I got 103. I want you to know that. I got 103 score.
Yeah?
It's my highest score I've ever gotten. And I had a lot of fun today and raised a lot of money, and I hope we did well for the kids, for Big Brothers and Big Sisters.
Thank you for helping them. Thank you very much.
Cousin
Nice
Bob,
seeing you.
see ya.
Nice
Good
seeing you,
luck.
Julie. Right, bye-bye. Hey, lady, not girl. Thank you. Why, these two girls just come up, ladies come up and say, I want to talk on TV. And who wants to talk on TV?
Tina LaValle.
And?
Lynn Hartung.
All right, and Tina, where are you from?
Morris Forks.
She's one of us up north. One of us up north, right? You get hometown cable up where you live?
I sure do.
So you see us on TV once
All
in a while?
the time.
You do? Well, what
Yep.
do you want to say to Calvin?
Hi, Calvin.
You been on TV before?
I've never been on TV before.
Well, Mike, you don't play basketball?
No,
That
I
can't
don't.
be, right? You go to school now?
No,
You're out
I
of school?
don't. I'm out of school.
You're out of school.
Yes.
Where do you work?
Print pad.
I know your boss. I know your man. What's
Danny
his?
LaFrance.
Danny. Yes, know him well. Just a minute. We'll talk about that. And Lynn, where?
I'm
you
getting
from?
my master's degree, Plattsburgh.
Are you from Plattsburgh?
Originally down by Rockland County.
Read the Plattsburgh Press Republican. You've seen this picture about 3 weeks ago on the 26th of March. Stephanie, Laura, and friend. Her friend is right there. There's the friend. I'm Bob Venn, and you're watching Hometown Cable. Our program is called What's Going On Here. And this beautiful little girl on my lap right here is? Stephanie Laura, yes. And you are a popular little girl with a picture all over the place. Her dad right here is?
Jeff.
And her mom?
Lynn.
Lynn. Laura, and we're on the, what's the name of our road?
McRae Road.
The McRae Road.
Yep.
The home, you people who've been around here for years know this is the old Orville Bayshore farm. Now it's the Laura farm. And it has been for the last 10 years?
About.
Okay. As we get started, we have a very touching story to talk to you about this morning. And I hope you'll stay tuned in and you'll hear about this beautiful little girl, her family, and all the problems they've had in the past year. We'll start right off maybe with who is Jeff? Don't have an awful lot of people.
90, and Mona and I are visiting her brother Bob and his wife Teresa in Champlain, New York. And I am about to show you something that you will never see in a lifetime unless you visit here. Bob lives in a small house that has been moved here from Plattsburgh 40, 50 years ago, and additions have been made to his house. And next door to his house is a trailer that Mona's mother moved into. You can't really see the trailer. I'll get a better picture of it in a moment. And Bob has taken that over, and garage, and almost everything is used for collection and storage of various items picked up through garage sales, antique dealers, and I would say that the value is you can't add it up. At any rate, I'm going to give a tour of the house, his various buildings, and it'll be something to behold. This is another angle of the house showing the garage, which has been turned into a family room with lots of antiques, etc., etc. A trailer that Mona's mother lived in and located next door. You'll see a sign as I focus in that says Bob Venn Enterprises. He says buy, trade, and sell, but he's never sold anything in his life. That is full of various items. As you look, you'll see the trailer is labeled building number 1. The garage is labeled building number 2. And then behind the house, you will see a whole bunch of buildings
and I will give you a panorama of that in a moment. Across the back of his yard, behind the trailer, is another trailer that has a specific building number that I can't catch from here. Swinging it over is another trailer, which is building number 5. Swinging over behind his house, you will see several buildings, all containing various documents, garage sale items, magazines, etc. These are buildings number, buildings number, I don't know what that building number is. But anyway, it's some kind of building number. Back of the house, which again has, that part of the building is an add-on. There's another add-on over there going on, and then there's a garage and a big living room added on to that. Very large inside. I don't know how many square feet. A little planter with a pump full of flowers, antique of course. House, you can see that the garage has been screened in with blinds. Next door is a small building that Bob bought that used to be a tourist cabin. He moved. Teresa keeps all of her items in there. Most people go in the front door, but in this particular house, most of the entryway is through the garage, and I'll start there. Little sign, welcome Ben the Ducks. Inside the garage, you can see that there are just walls and walls of various items. Too numerous to mention. I'll just try to do a pan going through. Some of the stuff you have to get a little closer to see, really. But there are dishes and antiques and jars and bottles and pictures. Again, very, very difficult to appreciate because there is so much. There's ice tongs, more pictures, washboards galore. That is one of Teresa's hobbies. As you go down, you can see lamps made out of different items, more washboards, more pictures of the little tiny items that are in here, ice skates. Weather vanes. I don't even know what that is. Going back a whole wall of more washboards. Some of these are very expensive. At the top, you can see there are all of these things that used to be used with horses. There's a dead fox. Those are glasses. All of those little glass pieces that were used on power lines. Closer looks at the washboards. Sock dryers, I guess. There's an old horn. Sunken den with plates. bad lighting conditions here, but I'll give you an overall view. Mona and Teresa sitting down, chewing the fat, getting away. There's a shot of all of the various plates that go up through the ceiling. Not really sure what's all up there, but it's something.
Brass.
Is that all brass?
All brass.
All brass pieces.
Brass bullet. Pictures. Scoops.
Pictures, plates, a little antique child's dresser. All of this wall is pretty much made up of, I guess they were sock dryers. More antiques up at the top. Jars. Crocks, I guess they would be called. Going down, more pictures. There is a grandmother's clock that Mona's mother and father had on the farm. Goes down in the basement that's full of stuff with all various antiques lining up wherever you go. That's where they are. Scale are the picture that you can see. Going up into the kitchen, more bric-a-brac. Antique phone that actually works. The hit, but I just wanted to get that lamp. Coming in and the wall lined up with various odds and ends. These are all antique plates, china. Coming down. Probably have to go into detail on this more specifically later when Mona and Teresa can explain everything, but I thought I'd take advantage of this for the moment. You can hear the chime in the background. All glassware. Sure that this is in focus. I don't think the picture is going to tell everything. It's all really too pretty to get a good view of. Spinning wheel. And things that I don't even know what they are. Mother had, I believe. Tea cart.
Even in the summer, she
You can see the various items.
Jeanette's not here anymore. Doesn't she drive? does much. She told me she did driving.
Items,
I don't think she goes very far on it.
Downstairs into a finished basement, you can see that this is a room where they keep a little bit of everything, and so much of it could fall into a collector's category. Much of it antiques, some of it not. This is also where the grandchildren come down and play, so there's all kind of toys for them to fool around with. One of many television sets swinging around, catalogs, books, all kind of tools, you name it, and Bob's got it. Swinging around. There's just shelves of various items, rolling pins, antique cars, little pictures, maps, globes, bottles, cups, cutouts. Much of this stuff is very, very valuable. There is some of the old carnival dolls up there. Get a good picture of them. That have considerable value all by themselves. The little cases with the little items. It's really hard to explain everything that's here, but there's a bunch. One fireplace down here that isn't used too often, an old jukebox, and then on the back wall, again, more tongs, different tools, collector's items. I would imagine some of the antique dealers in Dallas would kill to have an opportunity to get their hands on some of this stuff. And it keeps going.